Hi, I'm Andrea Vicari, and this is the final tutorial on St. Thomas. I'm going to play you a sample phrase that would fit over the chord sequence of St. Thomas. I'm going to play it with straight quavers and then I'm going to swing it. That was the straight version, and there are a series of on and off beats. So I'm going to tap my leg, and when the notes occur with the tap, that's on the beat, and when they're not in time with the, well, they're in time, but when they're off the beat, they won't coincide at the same time. So you can hear how my phrase has a combination of on and off beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's exercise 6 if you've got my PDF. If you look at exercise 7, you've got exactly the same phrase. I've written the same phrase, but now it's swung. I've actually written it how it should sound using triplet rhythms, but just to mention that if you saw it notated on music, it's very usual to see quavers written just as like regular quavers, and you get this information that says swung quavers. I'm going to put the chords in as well, just to show you how it fits. When I put the chords in, you'll notice that in the first bar, I play a B natural, and that makes the chord of F7 and F7 sharp 11. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's a big difference between playing something with straight and swung quavers, and again, if you are unfamiliar with those terms or would like to find out a bit more information about the swing feel, do check out my jazz snippets, and I go into detail on that, and that's available again from my website or from my Tippy site. So exercise 8 on my PDF here is a series of swung quavers, and I've written them out as they actually sound. So they would be written as 2 quavers, but really, in reality, they're part of a triplet, and that's a crotchet followed by a quaver, and that sounds like this. And a phrase that would fit that, if I put pitches to it, would be something like this. Etc. The next one is a short followed by a long, so it's a quaver and then a crotchet within a triplet, and that would sound like this, which is kind of a bit of an awkward rhythm, but it can sound really hip and cool. However, if you put it in a string and a line in a phrase, it can sound like an exercise, but I shall just demonstrate that. Okay. Etc. And that's definitely, to my ears, doesn't sound quite right, but if it was used in context with a swung quaver, it might sound okay. So a long and then a short, then occasionally a short, a long. So I'll demonstrate what I mean by that. So, and you could hear that I went two phrases with a long and a short, and then the short and the long. And again, when you hear these things, it's worth noting that when you listen to jazz, you'll suddenly start hearing those triplet ideas played by people like Herbie Hancock, who use rhythm in a really effective way. The final rhythm I've written there is just triplet quavers, and so a phrase that would sound okay with that would be something like, in reality, you'd never probably just play all of one rhythm. You'd probably vary it. So exercise 9 is using a combination of rhythms. I've also slipped in some straight quavers. So not only can you have a phrase with swung quavers, but you can also put straight quavers in. So I'll clap exercise 9. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that starts swung, becomes straight, and then becomes swung again. So I'm going to improvise a phrase that fits that. and that shows you that you can use those combinations of swung and straight quavers in that tune. And hopefully that's given you some ideas how to improvise on St. Thomas, and that's the final tutorial on St. Thomas.